Hey everybody, so today's video is about finding the best travel camera. Okay, so to do that, I look at price, I look at size and portability, and I look at performance. So basically, I ended up choosing the Sony a6300. Let's talk about performance, because the camera has to be good. And the Sony a6300, first of all, you get 4K resolution. It also has slow motion, 120 frames per second in HD. If you were to compare this to the higher model of the a6500, you're gonna lose two things. The touchscreen, which basically assists you on focus, and the image stabilization. Now, if you're traveling, yes, you're gonna be hand-holding the camera, but the noticeable difference does not necessarily warrant an extra $400 or $500. Then you're taking a step up into another camera line, and you may want to get the a7 III. So for me, I did not get the 6500 because of that. Obviously on the 6000, I think the image is good, but you're not getting 4K. So while you're paying more for the 6300, you know, having 4K is, I think, important. Now, remember though, this is not a full frame camera, so the lenses are gonna be different. They're gonna be APS-C lenses. But there's a selection of lenses, I think, that are small and light as well, that will complement the camera. Size-wise, I really like this camera because I can just slip it in my bag. It's not so bulky. Along with the lens that I chose, the 16-70, it's a perfect size. It's tiny and it's light. And I'm more willing to carry it around, which is great. But generally, like 80 to 90% of the time, having that focal range of 16 to 70, which in general, that's 24 to 100-ish for an APS-C sensor, is very powerful because most of the time, that's what you're gonna be using. And especially if you're doing video, constant aperture at 4.0 is completely fine. One of the other things that I like about this is the continuous autofocus. That is something that I'm playing with and that I really want to make work with the gimbal. Continuous autofocus. A lot of these gimbals do not have any kind of wireless video transmission, or you'll need a focus puller, but with the continuous autofocus, that changes up the game. I like this sensor better than the Micro Four Thirds sensor. I think other people are in the Panasonic series, but for me, I have tried like a Lumix camera, and I feel like the image that you get out of this is very sharp from the Sony series, and it's a very high quality image. So I like this one better. Photo-wise, it's a very fast camera. Like, I had the a7S II, and I try to use it for photos because the form factor is actually pretty good, but it's very slow. Like, you know, if you want to take multiple images within a minute, it's not going to be as fast as this camera. So the performance-wise on the 6300, I think it's about like 10 frames per second, is pretty amazing for its size and what it does. So let's talk about price. I mean, it's April now, and just last month they lowered the price by like $100 or so. So because some other cameras came out, this one is a lot cheaper than it was before, and you know, so you're gonna get a lot of value. And it's kind of in the mid-range. I think if you want image stabilization and you want a touchscreen, then you can bump up to the 6500. But I think if you're generally want a camera, and I use this camera more for like, I can bring it around everywhere and I don't worry about it as much. And if you're not into video, then I would say actually the 6000 actually is a pretty good deal then too, because the price drop there is pretty significant as well. If you're like me and you wanna do photo and video, and you're looking for both for performance, then I think, you know, the 6300 is definitely a very optimal play for something to bring around on travel. So if you like this video, please definitely support. Purchase using the link down below if you ended up buying the camera. And obviously there's other ways to support. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. So, all right, thanks, and see you again.